gone, and by now most of you would have seen me lose the 14 kilos that I have over the last few months as you saw me do it through my Instagram weight loss journey. Today in this video, I'll be summarizing the key points that I learned as well as 8 tips that you can use to achieve the kind of results like I did. So the 3 main learning points that I realized is number 1, you want to make sure that calories consumed is less than the amount of calories burned in a day. Number 2, the best way to lose weight is to aim for a daily calorie deficit as much as you can. And number 3, exercise to basically bring up our metabolism, and that helps to burn more calories. So here are the 8 tips that I would recommend you guys to do in order to really kickstart your weight loss journey as well. Tip number 1, start by basically calculating and estimating what your basal metabolic rate is. Now, metabolism is affected by several factors including age, genetics, our weight, diet, exercise, and the type of lifestyle that we lead. While we naturally do not have any control over age and genetics, we can, however, control the other factors. So work on that. Tip number 2. Now that you actually know how much your BMR is, you want to make sure that you're eating less than what you're actually burning, because when you're eating in excess, then that gets stored onto your body and then it's no wonder that the weight goes up, right? So how you can best do this, I feel, is to download a free calorie tracker and start keying in the foods that you eat so you get a better idea of how much calories you're actually ingesting. Now the point here is not to get obsessed over calorie counting, but to get a general sense of how much your food is actually worth. And you can use free apps such as MyFitnessPal or HealthifyMe. And personally, I'll give you one example. I used to think that eating my favorite McDonald's extra value meal was not that big a deal. But when I started putting that into the app, I realized that I was actually eating some closer to 1,000 calories when I had thought it was probably just 600 or 800. So that's not very good for my weight loss goals, is it? And what I did was that with that knowledge, I started to eliminate the meals. So I would not upsize or not get the meals, I would just get the burger a la carte. So in that way, I satisfied my McDonald's craving, but still tried to keep my calories in check. For tip number 3, okay, I really recommend that you do not go on a sudden crash diet. Many of you have reached out to me to say that you have successfully shed the pounds by going on, say, a Herbalife diet or new skin diet, but only to see it all rebound and come back to you after you stop the program. When I ask why, turn out that all of you guys have a similar story. You went from eating this much calories in a day to suddenly decreasing it to this little because you were replacing 1 or 2 meals with their shakes, and then after you finished the program, you went back to here or here. So what happens is that when you do a sudden calorie deficit, your body starts to go into starvation mode and learns to actually normalize and function at that level. So when you end the program and you go back up a little bit, that's gonna end up as extra weight on you, man. So don't do that. It's also really painful, isn't it? Now, I feel a better way to do it would be a slow, gradual slope down. So start by increasing the deficit that you can every day and give your body and tummy time to adapt and get used to the new feeling of what full really means, and that I feel is a much better, more sustainable way to lose weight. That's the way that I did, and I did not see any rebounds even during both my weight loss journey after my first kid and my second kid now. So tip number 4, know that your basal metabolic rate decreases with age. Our mitochondria deteriorate as we get older. It's a natural thing. There's nothing we can do to stop that from happening, but you can definitely do something to bring it up again. What is that? Exercise. And guess what is the best kind of exercise to do? This brings me to tip number 5. We can actually actually use high intensity interval training, known otherwise as HIIT workouts, to bring up your metabolism rate. Now this kind of HIIT workouts actually force our body and our cells to consume more oxygen. So research has actually shown that HIIT workouts help to really make our mitochondria work harder and improve the mitochondria bioenergetics. I'll link the study down in the description below so you guys go and read about it. But the key thing here is that if you increase your heart rate, then even after your workout has complete, your body is still burning calories. So HIIT workout work fabulously for me, and I would highly recommend them to anyone who wants and is serious about trying to lose weight. Tip number 6. If, like me, after doing your HIIT workouts and calorie deficit for a while, you start to find that your weight starts to reach a standstill. So how do you then overcome this and go on to lose more weight? So this is where I started to incorporate weights training, and this was a tip given to me by a personal trainer who works in the gym. He said that I needed to build up lean muscles so that I can basically burn more calories at rest, and that's what I did. So I've been using weights and I've been incorporating strength trainings. Right now my favorite strength workout, because I hardly go out to exercise, is the weights that Caroline Girvan actually shared on her YouTube channel, and I try to do them a few times a week if I can. The next tip, alright, is that as you build this lean muscle, you'll be able to burn 5 to 7 times more calories than fats. But what do you need in order to build lean muscle? Aside from doing weights or resistance training and strength training, body weights, whatever method you use, you also need one very important ingredient, or one very important macro, and that is protein. So my favorite sources of protein is chicken as well as protein shakes. This is actually my favorite, and most of you will have seen me rave about this on Instagram. The best tasting protein shake that I've ever tasted. Disclaimer, I love dark chocolate, that's why I love this best, and I've also managed to secure distributorship rights for this product. So if you'd like to support me on my journey and my little business now, go ahead and click on the link for my Shopee link, alright? But products aside, there are many meal replacements or protein shakes that you can use out there in the market. Just make sure you read the label, know what the ingredients are, and look out for one that has good enough nutritional values to meet the kind of needs that you need. And if you're trying to lose weight, make sure that the protein shake doesn't contain too many calories. Okay, so my last and final tip is to incorporate changes into your lifestyle. At the end of the day, losing weight and keeping it off so that you don't rebound is all about your lifestyle change. You want to make sure that you get active, you build a habit of exercising and not overeating, not eating junk food and overly oily foods too often, and healthier meals as much as you can. But above all, I also believe in indulging in your favorite foods. So like all of you guys, I love my laksa, roti prata, and all the other foods out there. I don't deprive myself when I have my craving. I eat them, alright? Chocolates, brownies, whatever it is. But for example, instead of eating the whole bar of chocolate now, I'll restrict myself to say just 1 or 2 squares. Instead of eating the entire brownie, I will cut it into 3, and then I'll eat 1/3 at each time. So reduce the frequency as well as the portion size. You can still indulge in what you like, but always try to remember, whatever you eat and don't burn off is gonna end up on you as weight. So to end off, I hope these 8 tips help. Again, this is the summary of the 8 tips. Go ahead and incorporate them into your own journey, and I hope that you'll be able to lose the weight like I did. Above all, please remember this: health is wealth. If we don't take care of our health today, we're going to be spending money down the road to get it back. So we want to make sure that we're always keeping in good health and doing whatever we can to try and make sure we're always in tip-top shape. I hope you found this tip useful, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the notification button so that you'll know when I release my next video. Bye!